Peace, peace, peace. What's up, everybody? Doing a quick little video. I just want to drop a little word with y'all, just kind of share a little information. So, shout out to all my empaths, all those who consider themselves to be really highly sensitive. This video is for you. You'll probably find a lot of this information to be really, really helpful. Because if you have high sensitivities, if you're a person who has high sensitivities, then you can struggle with your solar plexus. And your solar plexus is your yellow chakra. It's the one that's right here at the base of the sternum. Right now, the solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus chakra is connected to the color yellow, the fire element. It is considered to be the seat of the soul. It is also the belly of the beast, because this is where... Now, the reason why, you can find yourself struggling with your solar plexus chakra is because, these particular people, these empaths or, these highly sensitive people, they tend to grow up in environments that aren't very emotionally validating for them. Because as an empath, you feel so much. And you feel so different in such a different way than other people. Specifically, your family, they're not going to be able to relate to you. They can't validate what it is that you feel because they just aren't as sensitive as you. They don't have those sensitivities. Those certain things don't affect them the way that they may affect you. So, in that sense, it's going to affect your solar plexus chakra because of what the solar plexus, specifically deal with. Secondly, with these types of people, if you have this type of personality, a lot of these people, when you're young and you're highly sensitive, you just feel a lot of things that don't feel good. You know what I mean? And so, case in point, you may have been a child, right? And let's say, you were with an adult, a parent, a family member, maybe an older sibling, teacher, somebody, a guardian, somebody. And, they may have said something to you like, well, we're going to go into this place and I don't want you to act, X, Y, Z, because I want these people to think that you have some sense. I don't want these people to think that you don't have any sense. Well, that can kind of plant a seed. It can kind of start a pattern of thinking, especially specifically, if you're a child, and that person, because inside it's like, well, what is wrong with me? I'm just being myself. You're just honoring your own authenticity, and anything related to those areas is going to affect the solar plexus chakra. So you talking about self-esteem, you talking about empowerment, you talking about self-honor. These particular areas are what trigger that solar plexus chakra. Right now, you got to remember that the whole job of the solar plexus, is to generate power. It's about personal power, and it's about preparing for change. So you always got to remember, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Now, we're used to, in that sense of that statement, will being spelled W-I-L-L. But in this particular case, I'm talking about will as in W-H-E-E-L. Because the chakras themselves are considered to be wheels. They're wheels of energy. Okay? And when you have your solar plexus balanced, it releases all of the inner wealth, all of the abundance that we have inside ourselves. You got to remember that this is associated with the color yellow or gold, because this is seen like your own solar sun. This is your own internal sun that takes care of your own inner solar system, your own universe inside of yourself, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Now, this is like your alchemical gold. This is how you mine for gold. This is where alchemy takes place. This is where you transform, okay? Because you got to remember, the solar plexus is connected to the digestive system. Everything associated with the digestive system goes back to your solar plexus chakra, because think about it like this. Your digestive system, your stomach, takes hydrochloric acid and transform food to make it into nutrients for your body to be able to use. So at the same time, your solar plexus does the same thing on a spiritual and emotional mental level, right? So your solar plexus digests and transmutes your feelings and your emotions. Now, You got, like I said, that solar plexus is your shining sun within your own body. It functions as a generator. It generates power. So it fuels the entire organism, your entire universe, right? Now, when this chakra is balanced, see, we reign on our power. We kings and queens of our power when it's a balanced center. We're filled with warmth, enthusiasm, passion. We're assertive. We know how to act because, and when I say act, it means we know how to act on things because we're trusting in our ability to be able to achieve what it is that we want to accomplish. Because again, this center goes back to your self-confidence, right? It goes back to your empowerment. It generates power. So it's in order to promote change, right? So you're trying to change something, you're going to need power to make that change happen. Right? So that's where all that come from. It come from that solar plexus. So you need a healthy solar plexus, especially when you're trying to break habits in your life, especially when you're trying to just, invoke change in your life. That's the energy center that you need most, and the one that you got to work on most is the solar plexus chakra. So, when it comes to the solar plexus chakra, always remember that you get empowered whenever you work with your feelings instead of fearing them. Right? Because this is the seat of opposites, right? It's the belly of the beast. If you ever heard the term the belly of the beast, this is what the belly of the beast is, because this is where conflict arises. Because this is the center where we go in conflict with ourselves, right? And it's the record of emotion. So everything that happens to you emotionally, all that is registered and it goes right there. We have to feel our pain in order to experience our power. And a lot of times, we fear our own feelings just as much as we fear our own power. And we utilize a lot of energy. We take a lot of energy just to push feelings down. That's why a lot of people, you'll see people with a lot of weight gain, especially around the belly area. And it's not really like, it's not like they eat a lot of food, or it's not direct, it's not completely based on what it is that they eat. It's an energetic thing. It's an energy thing, because you pushing all your feelings down. You hoarding a lot right here. So you got a lot that's just sitting on your stomach because you don't want to face what you feel. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, this is the seat of opposites. This is where you get your head versus heart. This is where the battle happens. It happens here, and self-development is most difficult here because we fear our power as much as we fear our feelings. This is why it's most difficult building up your self-confidence, or staying passionate about things and motivated and being confident enough to make a move and to make a change when you need to, because we fear those feelings and we don't want to confront them. So if we don't ever confront them, we can't ever transmute them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, this is your goal. When they talk about the ancients and when they discuss with the ancients how, they talked about aliens and all of that, and this whole concept that they used to come and search for gold and all of that. And all the while, that may be a different discussion, but on a spiritual level, that is your goal that you mine for within yourself. You have to mine for your goal that's within your own self so that you can tap into your own inner treasure. Because if you can do that, you release all that inner wealth that you already have, and you're able to just be abundant in your own actual physical life. And so you also have to know, what to how to recognize when your solar plexus is unbalanced. What an unbalanced solar plexus chakra looks like. That's where if you're experiencing weak will, low self-esteem, or just too passive, letting people run over you, not being able to enforce your own personal boundaries, or the person could be fearful, or even if it's overreactive, a person could be, really, really, really aggressive, or they could fear rejection or fear criticism to a point. You got to understand that balance really is necessary, and also physically, your body physically telling you, it could manifest as bloating in the stomach. You could be fatigued a lot, overeating, any type of digestive disorders or diabetes. All of it go back to that energy system. All of it goes back to that particular place. So having those problems in your body could be something that came from a spiritual, mental, or emotional imbalance that manifested itself into something physically occurring in your body. That's why you gotta, and what you gotta do, you really trying to balance that center, you gotta stop the validation. If you trying to get things back balanced in that center, you want to build yourself up, you trying to empower yourself, you're trying to build your confidence, you want to be more assertive, you want to trust in your own abilities more, then you got to build that center, you got to build that fire, you got to let it go, you got to let it build, because right now it's blocked. If you're feeling like you don't have the confidence and all of that, yes, it's blocked. It's a blocked center. That energy isn't able to flow correctly. So what you need to do, or where to start, a place that you can start, is to just first stop the validation. Understand that nobody can validate whatever it is that you feel. You feeling it is all the validation that you need. You got to be willing to stand in that truth. You got to know, I don't believe there's anything wrong with me. Validate your own emotions. You got to own it. You can't be ashamed of it. That goes back to that situation where I said when you were a child, see, if it could have planted that seed that there is something wrong with me. So that could always arise, and you can have that feeling, that fear of being afraid to fully express. Because if I fully express, then I may be rejected again, because who I truly am is not accepted. That's just feeling that something is wrong with you. See, this system, this society, it makes us think, and it makes us feel like we need to be in a certain condition in order to be loved. It makes us think that we have to be perfect. We can't make any mistakes, or we aren't deserving of love. And that's so not true. And that is a belief that you have to let go, because it is not helping you. It is only hindering you. And also I want you to understand that if you are judging what you're feeling, if you are guilty about what you're feeling, if you are ashamed about what you are feeling, then you can't heal anything that you're dealing with if you're feeling any of those things about what you feel. Okay? You gotta love all the parts of yourself. You have to know that's just called shadow work. That's what I call shadow work. And what I mean by shadow work, I just mean that's dealing with and confronting all the things that we don't want to see, the things that we don't want to look at about ourselves, the things that we don't want to acknowledge about ourselves, the things that we don't like about ourselves. That's that shadow work, because you got to accept every single piece and part of yourself. You have to. That's self-love. That's self-acceptance. You got to accept every little thing that it is about you. Because every part of you is beautiful. It makes up who you are. You're gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make bad decisions sometimes, because there's a lesson in it for you. You can't ever look at it like it downgrades who you are. It does no such thing. It's really supposed to be a stepping stone. View it as a stepping stone. This is just something for you to step up on. You might have slipped because of something that you didn't know, or something that you didn't understand at the time. But I guarantee you that experience taught you whatever it was that you were supposed to teach, that you were supposed to learn. So you just got to accept that lesson so that you can move forward. You know what I'm saying? Honor yourself, man. Honor what you feel. Honor your authenticity. Stop treating yourself the way that you've always felt that you've been treated. You dig what I'm saying? Like, listen to that again. Stop treating yourself the way that you felt you've always been treated. You got to stand in the truth of what it is that you feel, because there's nothing wrong with how you feel, baby. Nothing's wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to face it, and you got to accept it. You can't go trying to push it down and get rid of it. That's how you get them digestive disorders. That's how you have people that be overeating, because you keep trying to push it down, but really it needs to come out. You know what I mean? And, so that's the basis of just what I wanted to give y'all in this little video. And it's something because I'm a person, I'm really, really big on arts, movies, music, anything related to the arts is very teaching for me. And I was really inspired to do this particular video by the movie The Wizard of Oz. And I think that, maybe later on in the future, I'll do just a video just talking about The Wizard of Oz, just all the little pieces of it, what all of it means to me, what I see when I watch it. So I think that maybe I'll do that and get that to y'all in the near future. But because the whole lesson of that movie is no more following false wizards. You are the wizard that you seek. You are the answer to whatever it is that you're already seeking. The answer is already in you. The movie is very much about the chakras. It's very related to the chakras. Just to give you a little bit, like, the name Dorothy itself literally means God's gift. So Dorothy represents the consciousness. It represents consciousness and taking the journey over the rainbow. It's about your consciousness traveling through your chakras, because she's singing about somewhere over the rainbow. Dorothy represents, that's what she represents. That's why if you can literally Google the name Dorothy, what's the meaning of the name Dorothy? And it means God's gift. And that's God's gift. It's consciousness. So consciousness is traveling through the chakras. That's what Dorothy is doing. She starts out in a black and white picture in Kansas. And then, all of a sudden she makes it to this colorful world that's somewhere totally different. And that's what all of it really means. Toto, the dog. Why dog? You look at dog spelled backwards, it's God. Who's the dog-headed God? The dog-headed God is Anubis. The job of Anubis, or Anpu in ancient Egypt, is to guide the soul while it travels the underworld. And the underworld, in a sense, is actually this physical world. So you're traveling the underworld, spiritually speaking, as long as you're living in this reality, in this physical dimension. So living here, that's where you are. That's what it is all really saying. So if you look at the movie, the dog was the reason behind everything. She ran away because she didn't want to lose her dog. And then even looking at it, the dog was the one who exposed the wizard behind the curtain. The dog was the one who jumped out of the balloon because she already had the way to leave to leave by having the red shoes on her feet. Red shoes when she started. Red is the root chakra. It's the first chakra. It's the base of the chakra. So she got to Oz, so she got there through a twister, right? So your kundalini is curled up at the root, at the base of your spine. It's curled up. So a twister, you think about the movements of a twister, and it coincides, and it's a symbolism for your kundalini. So it's showing you your kundalini. You got the good witch of the north meaning crown. She's wearing an orange dress. The sacral chakra is orange, and she's telling Dorothy to follow the yellow brick road to get to Oz. Oz is the heart where she can meet the wizard. In all actuality and reality, the wizard that she actually really meets is just herself. The one that she think is the wizard is just an illusion. But that's another video. That's another discussion. We're not even going to get all into that, but I think I'm going to do a video, kind of discussing the Wizard of Oz too. So, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. It's all about the solar plexus. There's foods that you can eat. There's gemstones that you can work with. There's certain herbs and oils, work with the element of fire. That's, burning candles, looking to candle affirmations. There's different things that you can do. If you know any energy practitioners, you can reach out. If you don't, you guys can reach out to me. And I specifically do a chakra reading where, I take a look at your energy and we kind of, dig deep into what energy centers may be blocked and what specifically may be causing that block, what you need to do to unblock it, whether it's centered around love, career, all those types of things. So, get at me, visit the website if you want to get with me on a reading, or if you got a question, you can email me, inbox me, drop a comment wherever you're watching this video. It don't really matter, But be sure to be on the lookout for more videos and subscribe to the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, it's going to be major breakdowns and a whole lot more information going to be on the YouTube channel. So check that out. And be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me if you don't follow me. Peace.